to Cocktails Aren't That Hard. My name is Nick, and I am just here to show you that making craft cocktails really isn't that difficult. So today, for our first episode here, we're going to go ahead and make a Bijou Cocktail. Now this cocktail is one of my absolute favorites. It was invented in the late 19th century, so it is a very old recipe. And so what this cocktail is going to entail, we got some gin here. On the other side over here, we got some Sweet Vermouth, and then right in the middle here, this is one of my all-time favorite liqueurs. We got a Green Charteuse. Now this stuff, it has a very unique flavor. It's been made in France by monks, actually, since I think it says on the back here, I think it's from 1605. There's 130 different alpine herbs and spices in this guy. So this stuff has a very, very unique flavor. One of my favorites there. And this cocktail is very easy. It's just equal parts of all these three with a little dash of orange bitters here. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll put our bar spoon off to the side. So you're going to want a mixing glass. If you don't have a mixing glass, a regular pint glass will work just fine. You can use whatever you have on hand here. And so we're going to start. When you mix cocktails, you always want to go from the least expensive ingredient to the most expensive. That way, if you accidentally spill a cup of something in there, you don't ruin your most expensive one. Like this one here is like $50 a bottle. So if you screw something up, you don't want to lose all of that. So we're going to go ahead and start here. We're going to go 1 ounce each. We're going to go Sweet Vermouth. Measure that one out. We'll go 1 ounce of Sweet Vermouth. And then we're going to go 1 ounce gin. We're just using green olives here, nothing too fancy. You could get something a little nicer for this one, but with the flavor of the Green Charteuse, you don't really, the gin honestly it gets a little lost. It's there mostly just for like the, I guess, alcoholic body, if you would want to call it that. And then we'll add an ounce of the Green Chartreuse. There we go. Alright, so after we add those, I'm going to go with the orange bitters. I'm using Fee Brothers. We'll give that a nice double dash of the orange bitters. I like a little more than some people. I like to be able to taste the orange over the Green Chartreuse. Alright, so now we got everything that we need in the glass. And some people like to fill their glass with ice before they add the alcohol. I actually prefer to do it the other way. That way, if I get delayed, have to take a phone call or something, I'm not diluting it while I'm waiting. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and add whoops, ice cube down. We'll add a fair amount of ice here. Now you want to make sure you're completely covering all the ingredients in there. That should be good right there. Then you want to take a bar spoon. If you don't have a bar spoon, you can use any sort of stirring implement. And one trick actually with bar spoons, you don't actually have to use the spoon part to stir. I actually find it easier to use the handle end like this, because all you're trying to do is move the ice around. You don't need to actually get all that fancy. So you're gonna want to stir that. I hate to put a number on it usually. I kind of go by feel, but you want to stir for, I'd say, maybe a good like 20 to 30 seconds. You really want to get that dilution factor, and then one of the most one of the most important parts of any cocktail is actually the dilution in the water. So you don't want to skimp out on that. You want to make sure that you get a good dilution in there. Alright, that should be good right about there. And at that point, you're going to take your, I got a julep strainer here. We're going to take that, just pour that right into the glass. And now traditionally this would be served in a martini glass like this. But me personally, I just don't like martini glasses. They're too hard to use. They spill everywhere. They're hard to drink out of. They're not ergonomic. And I've been to many bars that they just refuse to use these because they spill too much. So I prefer to use like a coupe glass, kind of like this. And then once you got that all ready to go, you're going to take a nice piece of, there we go. You're going to take a nice piece of zest off of an orange here like this. Just the skin. You don't want to get too far into the yellow stuff or into the white stuff there. That's when it gets bitter. So we got the nice orange zest. You're going to squeeze a little bit to express the oils. You might think that doesn't make much of a difference, but it actually does. It makes quite a big difference. And you can actually even go ahead and rub it on the rim here. And actually, some people even do it like on the stem right here too. Then you can get when the person grabs the drink, they get the oils on their hands as well. And you can just go and give it a little twist, pop it in. There's a Bijou Cocktail. Let's give it a try. That's so good. You get all the different layers. First you get hit with the gin and the chartreuse. Like they hit you really hard. This has such a unique flavor. And then right on the backside you get the Sweet Vermouth that really just, evens everything out. It's so good. I would highly recommend giving this cocktail a try. The Green Charteuse is, if I'm honest, it's a little spendy, but it's so strongly flavored that you really don't need much of it. Like, this bottle will last a long time. Like, I would say it's totally worth at least trying once. Yeah, there you have it.